Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we are actually going to be talking about Hedera Hashgraph, but not so much the price or the price chart or anything like that. We're actually going to be talking about the innovation happening behind Hedera Hashgraph with all of the usability and utility cases behind it as well. So with that being said, let's actually talk about what is happening behind closed doors. So I initially seen this tweet today and I was a little bit, you know, I've been talking about these carbon credits. I've been talking about Rectify. I've been talking about, how they're basically going to reshape the entire world in regards to sustainability and the green aspect. And I seen this today and it interested me a very, very great deal because when we're talking about carbon credits and we're talking about carbon emission token marketplaces and all this kind of stuff, they're talking about through, ENV blockchain and, even EDF as well and Rectify and Dovu. These are incredible companies, right? But this is also massive because when you take a look at this, right? If we're reading about this, this goes all the way back to June 17th, 2021. Now, I don't know if I read this back then, but I do know that overall, when we're talking about this, this is absolutely incredible to see in regards to carbon emissions, carbon emission tokens as well. This is actually going to be a massive innovation for this entire space, as well as in response to this marketplace that they're basically building. So when we're reading this, we see at Hedera Hashgraph, we believe, or we view being green holistically. Being green is more than being carbon neutral now. Being green also means building the future in a way that carbon neutrality is transparent, easily traceable, and accountable in carbon markets. It also means going beyond being a low carbon footprint public ledger and fostering a community that will transform how carbon markets work in the future with tokenized publicly auditable assets. And now they're talking about tokenization in response to this entire space as well. Now, I think that this is also incredible because we see the standards here that they're talking about in regards to, pretty much these VEMs or voluntary ecological markets, which is pretty cool to see. But we also see that they have the applications that are already building in response to this, right? We could actually kind of see that over here. They're talking about Avery Dennison, EDF, Envision Blockchain, Dovu, Rectify, and even Suku. They're even talking about how they're working together to articulate a plan or a path for addressing the industry's token standardization needs as well. This is pretty cool, right? But overall, you might be wondering, well, why is this even that big of a case? Why is this a big deal? Well, I've been talking to you guys about how we're marching into a green new world. We're talking about carbon neutrality. That's a massive, pain point for a lot of enterprises, a lot of companies and corporations. But we're also talking about traceable carbon emissions and offsets. That is actually really interesting, especially when we're talking about that. That's a specific, and I should say that's a very special attribute to actually be able to trace, because I think Hedera Hashgraph, for what it is worth, is the only asset out there that has that potential to actually do that. Now, they are also building the ecosystem in regards to, carbon neutrality as well. But we do see here the Hedera community building at multiple layers is defining what the future of a carbon credit looks like. This includes projects like Rectify, which are moving forward with a token structure tied to decentralized identifiers, DIDs, and also verifiable credentials proposed in HIP 19 to build a transparent chain of trust of data origination for carbon credits. Another project, Dovu, is working on CCP implementation standards to build on their proof of carbon for Dovu Earth. So this is pretty cool. Again, when we're talking about this, this could be a huge breakthrough. First off, just to give you guys a quick insight, we've been talking about the green aspect of Hedera Hashgraph since the inception of this channel, right? But we also been talking about these markets, and we talked about the value behind these markets. Carbon credits, carbon neutrality, all this stuff in regards to even in the sense of carbon emissions, right? We know that those are a massive market to get into. We're talking about $50 per ton in today's dollars in regards to the true cost behind carbon pollution. So, and that's $50 per ton. Okay, and I know that a lot of people are going to say, well, that's not much at all, but we're talking about, over $52 billion per quarter, right? And when we're talking about that, that's a pretty big pain point, and we're basically solving that. Now, also, all of these have a price behind them, but we also see, even in response to that, a power transition blockchain sustainability report with Hedera Hashgraph. Now, this goes all the way back to, the Earth Day, right? This goes back to April 22nd, 2021. They're talking about how this event began in 1970. Now, we do see here, we've seen the efficiency of Hedera firsthand. Our energy microgrid solution has successfully provided more efficient energy to 48 homes and apartments in the United Kingdom with immediate energy savings of 30 to 40% per home. Now, again, going back to this, right? They're talking about the EV charging networks. They also talk about, power transition reducing charging costs up to 50% by using Hedera token service as its payment rail. Now, isn't this absolutely crazy to see? Okay, first off, if we could march into the EV market, the EV market value currently is well, they project it to be worth 2.49 trillion by 2027. Okay, if that is the case, I think that we could get into electronic vehicles. I think that we could get into pretty much everything in regards to the energy grid, as they're even saying up here, right? They're talking about, even electricity as well. I think that this could be massive as a power transition in regards to the zero carbon economy or the zero carbon energy source. And they're even comparing it all to Visa, Bitcoin, and even Ethereum as well here. I think that this is huge, right? And this goes all back to this as well. Carbon credits, carbon footprint. These companies will pretty much pay any dollar to reduce their carbon footprint as well. And I think that when we're talking about Hedera Hashgraph, I think that this could really be a big key here. But this all is a domino effect into the power transition as well. And this is trillions of dollars, guys. So you can't undermine the idea of them, one, being the greenest technology out there, but we also talk about how massive these markets actually are. And Hedera Hashgraph, for what it is worth, is fostering these markets to new pretty much rates. And we're talking about, this not being an overnight process, but this is the beginning of their journey, and they're basically doing everything that they could to make this really happen at a fast pace. But this is going to be incredible to see actually come to fruition. But this is what I am talking about in regards to why Hedera Hashgraph is a long-term hold and a long-term project. I mean, this is something really, really cool. Now, again, you could see how you can contribute and all that kind of stuff down here if you wanted to, but I just wanted to really kind of address and capitalize on that because I think that this is really kind of cool, because carbon emissions, for what they are, this could be a huge marketplace to really kind of capitalize on. So I think that that's pretty cool. In regards to that entire market, I think it's only worth like roughly, I think like they want to say that's going to have a $2 trillion or a $50 billion market cap by like 2030. So it's not a huge market, but like I said, realistically speaking, we could see that growing quarter to quarter as well as being a lot bigger at the end of the day. Now, we also see another tweet from HBAR to the moon. CBDCs are spreading around the world like wildfires. They are coming in the next few years, no doubt. Also have no doubt that security of the DLT network CBDC is built on must be the highest possible. Which DLT has the highest mathematically possible ABFT security? Hedera Hashgraph. Now, this goes hand in hand with what I was saying yesterday as well in yesterday's videos with the CBDC stuff and the CBDC news. Now, when we're talking about CBDCs and we're talking about central bank digital currencies and we're talking about the future of banking and the future of finance, I think it's just as simple as Hedera Hashgraph basically being the future of, even electricity and EV. They are basically going to be the future of payments as well. And we already see that, especially from the aspect that they are the greenest technology out there, even comparing it to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and even Visa. So overall, Hedera Hashgraph is going to take this market by storm. But we also see it's the most utilized DLT on the planet, the most secure, the greenest, the fastest, the only DLT that is not forkable, the only DLT with world-class governance, the only DLT with stable fees, HBAR. All of this, if crypto valuations made any sense at all, HBAR would be the largest market cap. HBAR outclasses all other distributed ledgers in every category. Soon, the crypto market will wake up to this. and we'll own it. Yes, and that's the exact point that I'm trying to make on this channel all the time, right? We're in this project, that we're at early stages. I mean, look at everything that they're doing. This goes all the way back to June 17th. This power transition goes back to April 2020. I actually remember making a video on this. We're seeing a whole bunch of innovation happening in regards to even charity work, even in regards to, updating the treasury, updating the entire ecosystem, and we are in at the ground floor level. We're talking about CBDCs, the most utilized technology in this space at the current moment, and it's still at these undervalued levels. Now, also, I want to talk to you guys about e-receipts and also universal digital coupons apps launch. This is all in regards to Hedera Hashgraph. By partnering with RDS and leveraging the Hedera network and services, we aim to enable retailers of all sizes to reap the benefits of digital solutions, said Judd Ferrer, founder of Haro, England-based Sparkle. The launch of these apps will represent a major step in the mass adoption of blockchain technology among consumers and retailers. How crazy is this? This goes hand in hand with, guess what? Do you remember the name of it? Because this goes hand in hand with the coupon math that I did a while back when we're talking about 800 billion transactions. So when we're talking about this goes well above our price analysis, our price targets, all that kind of stuff. This is what will basically allow for Hedera Hashgraph to be utilized on a massive scale. I think that this is just the beginning of digital coupons. I think coupons are such a big use case as well. And when we're talking about what Hedera Hashgraph's doing in some of these markets, I know that some of these markets don't seem like too crazy of a thing, but coupons are a huge use case. And when we're going back all the way to the Coupon Bureau, right? We've done the math with the Coupon Bureau in just the Coupon Bureau's aspect. And like I said, 800 billion is something to not disregard. And that's not currency, that's not $800 billion, but it's 800 billion transactions. So this is huge. I think that this is great to see. This goes back to the 23rd, so just yesterday. And I think that this could really be pretty huge, right? Especially in regards to, they're talking about P&G, General Mills, all that kind of stuff. So this goes hand in hand with also Leeway Hertz, right? Hedera Hashgraph development company. We build trusted and secure Hashgraph or Hedera Hashgraph applications using Hedera support and community maintained SDKs. Look at these companies: PepsiCo, 3M, Siemens, P&G, ESPN, Disney, McKinsey and Company, Budweiser. I mean, this is huge, right? And we're seeing Hedera Hashgraph development services, custom Hedera Hashgraph app development, Hedera Hashgraph app consulting, user experience and technical design, tokenized assets. Again, huge use case. Smart contracts development, Hedera Hashgraph platform integration. Why Hedera Hashgraph? There you go. Fairness, security, performance, uniqueness. 500,000 transactions per second. And we can integrate your app with Hedera Hashgraph or the Hedera network using R3 Corda, Hyperledger Fabric, Hedera Hashgraph microservices. Oh wow, Hyperledger plugin. Wow. What about that, huh? Remember when I was talking to you guys about Hyperledger Fabric? I was talking to you guys about R3 Corda, how basically that's going to be the future of even the banking system, the financial systems. And this is all going to play a huge role in everything. And look at all these companies. I mean, we see North Shore, U.S. Army, NASCAR, P&G, McKinsey and Company again, ESPN, 3M. I mean, O'Reilly Auto Parts, Hershey's, Siemens, Pearson, Budweiser. I mean, look at all of these names. And we also see even Zinfin up here, which is very significant to see as well. So this is huge, guys. And here's the Hedera Hashgraph development portfolio as well. This pretty much gives you a breakdown of it. I think that this is huge, guys. So when we're talking about Hedera Hashgraph, I think that this is only the beginning to what's to come. I think we are holding, literally, we are holding gold right now before gold was even, this is like before the gold rush even happened. And we already have pretty much almost all the supply, right? So they're going to come out, they're going to dig for gold, they're going to get their gold, but it's going to be at astronomical highs by that point. So with that being said, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys don't want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.